Welcome back to Dance Hour.
Welcome back, guys.
Another week, another episode.
You weren't there, man. You left me.
I wasn't.
Without a dope beat to step to.
Yeah, but you had a great guest.
I did.
Great episode.
That was crazy. Just like from our mouth to Jamie Kennedy's ears. Remember the week before? I was telling him, I go, like, you came up, and then how funny the very next week we just have him.
Yeah.
So anyone we mention, apparently we'll have them next week.
You never know.
So Elon Musk. That's our wish list.
So Kanye West.
We're going to do heroin on the pod. He's like, oh, I've never done heroin before. So you just put it in the vein here? Oh, yeah, that feels nice. Fuck yeah. And the stock price goes, Elon, why did you do heroin on the Dance Hour? Like, it doesn't even have the listenership of Rogan.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never had heroin. It just seemed like it'd be fun to do. And when else will I get the opportunity to do heroin? Yeah. I do like heroin. Have you watched this, Rogan?
I watched. I only watched a clip of that. I'm not a.
I like how he takes his time to collect his thoughts, but like he's so brilliant. Everyone's like, just whenever you're ready, Elon. He's like, yep. Ding. Like a regular person, you'd be like, enough with this. But Elon, you're like, well,
see, I disagree.
what
there.
Brilliant thoughts coming out?
I disagree there.
You're not into it?
I don't think he's brilliant.
Oh, you motherfucker!
I don't think Elon Musk is.
First Rob Lowe.
Oh, Rob Lowe.
First Rob Lowe.
Yeah.
Now Elon Musk.
Yeah.
I need a new co-host.
I think. Oh, damn. You know what?
No. I'm sorry.
Well, speaking of which, first, I don't think he's a billionaire, or a brilliant guy. He's a billionaire, but yes. And
we'll get
second
back
of all,
to that.
we got Dance Hour.
We got merch, guys. If you like these threads, before we mentioned it, let's clear the gear.
Where can they find this, Fahim? Where can they rock the same thing that we're rocking?
It's an online only exclusive.
Okay. So we don't
Supreme
have a store
hit me
yet.
up. They go, we want to do a drop. We want to do a collab. And I go, you're not in anymore. I'm not waiting in line for you. No one is.
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. People who dress from yesteryear will maybe get a camping chair.
Yeah.
But Dance Hour apparel is the future.
Yeah.
And I wanted it to be e-commerce only.
I read about that. I read about that on Bloomberg.
Yeah. Bloomberg, yeah. It was that article. It was up and then it got taken down because it was too hot for the web.
Yeah.
The editor goes, you fucking went live with it?
Yeah.
You run that by me. Because it was like their sponsors weren't into it. Like Kohl's was very angry.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you go to fahimanwardancehour.com, click on the merch.
Okay.
This will pop up. And we got the different colors. You got the black there.
Is this black or charcoal?
Charcoal.
I can't tell.
It's a charcoal. We're in a nightclub right now.
Yeah.
So it's great. We got a great deal on the lease, because there's no dancing.
Yeah.
Right? There's no dancing indoors.
Except with the few guys that we get.
The few guys, yeah. But they get COVID tested.
Yeah.
We have a rapid test for all our dancers in the other room.
Yeah.
That we just burn money. So that is charcoal.
Okay.
This is white. It's actually very soft. It's like a tri-blend. And this isn't some bullshit like,
no, this
is office material. Like, it's not a pitch.
Yeah, I got to look at myself how I look in a mirror and I'm going to do this selfie mode.
Yeah. This isn't like a Hanes beefy tee where it feels like a towel.
What I like is I like crew necks that are like kind of snug around the neck. And this is, I like this.
It's pretty snug.
It's pretty snug. So they can go online.
Yeah, go to fahimanwar.com, click on the merch tab. It'll take you to the Dance Hour merch. I think there's like mugs too. It's pretty basic. It's just like shirts, and I think there's like maybe like a female version of a shirt too.
Yeah.
Like, and then
to fit a woman's figure.
A woman's figure.
Yes.
Or a man's figure, it's very open-ended nowadays, whatever you want to wear.
Ali Baluch 10 years ago would have fit in that woman's
This is true. No, after some keto, maybe you'll drop back into it.
Hopefully.
But you're definitely not
there yet. Yeah.
You're not there yet.
Are these all brand new shirts, or are they been worn by you? Each shirt worn by you?
Each is worn by me.
Okay.
I do a workout. It's kind of like an OnlyFans type sitch.
Yeah. Where they
it has my stench on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you can wash it, but then you
just lose
devaluing.
Yeah.
So I wear them. I sweat in it. I dance in them actually.
Yeah, there we go.
For a little more, you can request what song you want me to dance in the shirt.
Yeah.
Some girls will. I mean, we're joking about this, but there is a whole market.
Oh yeah.
For,
That's
like,
where
they'd be like, send me your panties.
Yeah.
I'll pay you top dollar.
Socks and underwear, or like.
For socks, I don't get.
I don't get either, but it's a thing apparently. And like I've seen
I've talked to some girls who say like, yeah, I did that in college, and like a lot of times I wouldn't even wear it.
Yeah.
It's just the guy's imagination. He's like, oh yeah.
Yeah. But there is a market for that. Feet pics, socks, and worn underwear.
If you are a woman, there's a market for just you. There's someone out there. I was trying to do a bit about this, like how the internet has opened up fetishes so much that like you don't have to be Giselle. You could look however.
Yeah.
There's someone in the world who like you're his fucking thing.
Yeah.
No matter how you look, no matter how much you weigh, no matter what you like, you may think you don't fit a certain standard of beauty. There's some guy in Germany who's like, I found you. So you are perfect.
Yeah.
Here's all my money. Yeah.
So there's people out there to financially secure you and take care of you.
Yes. I tried this as a bit because I did Phoenix this weekend.
Yeah. How'd that go?
It was great. But like, I'm envious of women. Like women, you have the safety net of OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Like no matter how hard life can get.
Yeah.
It's good to know that, all right, I can do an OnlyFans and kind of get by.
Yeah.
Guys don't have that.
And it doesn't even have to be
sexual.
sexual.
It could just be like sending underwear or sending feet pics.
Yeah.
Like no one wants to see me jerk off on a webcam. Like I'll make $2 in a year.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
And it would probably be me just be like, shit, I got to Venmo for him now. it's resorted to this.
Like Ollie B. And I'm like, I knew it was you, man. I mean, I appreciate it, but I don't need you patronizing me.
So how was the weekend? How was Phoenix? The comedy show, the scene there, the club, was it indoor, outdoor? Was it normal comedy settings, half capacity, full capacity?
It was great, man. Like it's limited seating, obviously, because it's COVID, so it's not a packed comedy club.
Yeah.
But it was so cool to do a club again. Even though comedy's been great in LA, just recently, comedy's back, just not at the comedy clubs.
Yeah.
So I've been doing outdoor shows, rooftop shows, and people are being resourceful, and they put on good shows.
Yeah.
But there's something about a comedy club that's great. There's just an electricity to it. Mm-hmm. Even when it's not totally packed.
Yeah.
It was still great. And I kind of look at it as an opportunity just to, because I filmed all my sets for the weekend.
Oh, okay.
As a content mill.
Yeah.
Because there's some great stuff. I'll be able to chop it up and use as assets for like Instagram or Twitter or YouTube. Are
you worried that you use these little clips, now you want to use it in your special?
I kind of have a hierarchy of bits. Some of them are just, maybe they're topical. Some of them might be a crowd work thing. Some of them just might be a dumb kind of throwaway. Like I don't see it being precious enough to put, like it's still funny on its own.
Yeah.
It's more like a B-side.
Yeah.
Or like a single or something.
Yeah.
It's not part of a cohesive hour where I'm like hitting on topics for, like it has no place in my hour. Mm-hmm. And it's just silly. So I might just throw that away, you know?
Yeah.
And I just have so many ideas. It's like, I don't need to like hoard all of them.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And especially, again, like, I mean, I'm getting off topic here, but if you're a guy that the industry fucks with in a heavy way, like I have that Netflix pipeline or something.
Yeah.
And like, if I had the industry going like, where's the next hour? Or then I could be precious
about what you post.
Yeah. Whereas like, I've made that turn in my life now where I'm like, oh, I'm just doing direct to the fans. Like I'm selling shit on my trunk now. Like Instagram's my Netflix.
Yeah.
Now YouTube's my Netflix.
Yeah.
So, you know, why am I sitting on this? Mm-hmm. You know,
Yeah.
You can sit on it if you're in that position.
Yeah.
But if you write a lot and that's not the case, fucking throw it out.
True. I get that. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you get an instant
hit, man.
With whatever platform you're on.
Also, I just think the model in which people consume things is changing as well. You think like, oh yeah, I got to do it for the hour. But I think hardly anyone watches hours anymore. It's just because we are grandfathered in from yesteryear. Like that's what it was when we were growing up.
Yeah.
But I almost think it's more powerful just to be a part of people's lives week to week. Mm-hmm. Here's a clip. Yeah. And a clip is way more shareable than here's a homework assignment.
Yeah. That makes sense.
You know, how many times do you watch a movie and you hit pause, or a stand-up special and you hit pause? But everyone has time for a clip.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Kill them with clips, baby.
That's the future, bro.
That's my motto. I got tatted when I was in Phoenix. I got kill them with clips. Uh-huh. And I got algorithm. Over everything.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I had this thought, like, it'd be funny if like a girl had a tramp stamp and it was a QR code.
Okay.
For her like OnlyFans. Like, oh, that's resourceful.
Remember what was that show with Jessica Alba's like first show?
Alias?
Dark Angel. Alias was Jennifer Gardner. Dark Angel was like when she was like 18, 19, Jessica Alba. They're basically these like soldiers that are like made and they all have barcodes on the back of their neck.
Fuck, so it already exists?
Kind of, but those were like hitmen, military. But see, that was a millennial deep cut. That was like 2000, 1999, 2000.
So funny. Be like,
you Gen Zs won't
Yeah.
never understand.
like a prostitute who just has her Venmo on the back right there just to speed things up.
Efficient.
After the guy's done, he just holds his phone over it
Yeah.
and just deposits it.
Efficiency, man.
That's streamlined.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Bitcoin. You go, hey, what's your Zelle?
I haven't, Bitcoin kind of fell off.
I bought like $300 of it back in the day
Yeah.
just to get involved.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I was like, let's see where this goes.
Where did it go?
It's not doing much.
Oh.
I don't think I've made money. I think I've lost some money.
What about that like peak like 2 years ago where like everyone was like, oh shit, Bitcoin is taking off. It's like
Yeah, the next thing. I don't know. Maybe
one coin is like
wasn't
25,000.
Kanye talking about Bitcoin on Rogan?
He brought it up. What'd you think of that?
I haven't seen it yet.
No, but did you listen or anything?
I haven't. No,
No.
I just know he did it. That's all I
Dude,
know.
I've been listening to that podcast for that episode for like 3-4 days now. It's like almost 3
Over
hours.
and over, or what?
No, just like continuously. Like I'll
I
drive.
just picture you with headphones like an FBI agent, just smoking, and you have yarn, just trying to figure out what Kanye's saying.
That's literally what it is. The man does not make sense. He
Or maybe he speaks in parables, and he's on a different level, and we'll get what he's saying years later.
That's what he says, and that's what Rogan was saying. For the first 35 to 45 minutes, Rogan asks him like one question: why president? He just
Goes off.
until like he goes here, he goes there, he goes there, he goes here. He's talking about like, it's just this like stream of consciousness. Like I grew up loving Kanye, and I was like, he's the visionary of our era, the mastermind, the Renaissance man, blah blah blah. Like I was Kanye. I would have had Kanye tatted on my chest.
Right.
Now it's gotten to the point where I'm just like, I'm not quick to call someone crazy or insane or mentally ill, but I think there is like a level of like like just a level of delusion and with like
Self-grandeur.
yeah, and with like fame and money and everything, it just
I'm sure it doesn't
heightens.
help. If you have mental illness, I doubt fame helps that.
yeah. Lupe Fiasco actually did like a live stream of that, and he was talking about how Lupe Fiasco fell off too, man. Rest in peace. He's still alive though. But he was talking about like how just being in this industry.
Because you know Lupe, right?
No, not really.
You've talked to him?
We've had
Because
little.
he goes to the same masjid
Yeah,
as you?
He went to the same mosque. I won't say which one, but
Okay.
yeah, here in LA. So I've had a few bump-ins with him. But he was talking about on this live stream that being like the super famous, super rich, elite celebrity, you're already like exposed to this world that like very few people are, and it will make you crazy.
Yeah.
Now you add a mental illness on top of that, it's just like it doubles that,
Yeah. Like reality's hard enough, and then that altered reality.
Yeah.
And it just favors the ego as well, Oh
yeah.
Like once you reach that level of fame and all that,
Yeah.
it doesn't make you more humble and
Yeah.
more grounded. It just sort of like lights a fire under all the worst personality traits.
Yeah.
That's why I'm grateful. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm getting closer to it and stuff. But it's kind of nice. Obviously, when you're younger, you want it now.
Yeah.
You want it yesterday. But having perspective on it, I love that my like neurons and everything are pretty cemented.
Yeah.
So if I do get that, I can appreciate it in a rational way.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna poison the well.
Yeah.
Like I can put it over here. I'll be like, this is fantasy, or I know this is bullshit, or I know this is why people are doing this. I can see it for what it is.
Yeah.
I won't drink the Kool-Aid and be like, yeah, I'm the shit. I think that's the problem when like actors or child actors get it so young.
Mm-hmm.
That just because they think that's normal.
Yeah.
Because they don't know any different.
It's funny because they always say that the age you become famous at, it's like when you stop
Growing. I could see that.
So you look at a lot of these celebrities, unless you like drastically, intentionally remove yourself from that environment, you're always going to be stuck in this like time capsule.
I've thought about that. Like, what's the rapper? Like the one, maybe it's like Lil
Bow.
No, Lil Pump or something. Or there's some of these rappers, with like all the face tats, and they're like 15 or 16. They're kind of like heartthrobs, and they're like SoundCloud rappers. Like, yo, I just get these ideas, and like, yeah. And if they weren't successful in rap, they would eventually kind of like grow out of that.
Yeah.
Like maybe they'd still be a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But it would be a little more grounded. Maybe they'd be a mechanic, and they'd be like, yeah, I tried the hip hop thing out, and like, yeah, when do you want your car? But because they're rewarded, it's working. It's like they're finding success. As they just lean into it even more. It's like, yeah, like that's more their personality, because there's a reward system for it.
Yeah.
So it's almost like if you're their parents or something, you're like, what are you doing? You got to get a job, or you got to cut that out, and be normal.
Yeah.
And if the world's like, we love your music, like, yeah, like he's gonna be that forever.
Yeah. I mean, you look at that like 14-year-old girl, Barbie, or whatever that girl is.
Bad baby.
Yeah.
I always thought about that. How crazy you have a career because you told Dr. Phil to like fuck off.
Yeah. Catch me outside.
Catch me. The only reason she has a career is because she told Dr. Phil to cash me outside.
Yeah.
That's the world we're in now.
And because of that, she was like 14 years old, and she's still that persona, trying to, and it's still that like black scent appropriation. It's like you're just, and you just continue that.
Yeah.
Because you're like, why?
If it ain't broke,
yeah,
people want this.
Yeah.
Well, I've thought about that too. Even like Vanilla Ice. It's just funny when people, I've always been like this, like, I'm an original. Yeah. And then when it stops working.
Yeah, you're Rip Van Winkle all of a sudden.
Then it's a phase, I even thought about like, remember Rico Suave?
I do.
Is it from the 80s or the 90s?
I think
he had that hit. He was just like, was it Rico Suave? He had like a hit or two.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just imagine all the record executives, like majority of record executives stuff have no vision.
Yeah.
I mean, some dude like Clive Davis or whatever, or like Babyface or something. Some people like have a vision for music.
Yeah.
But a lot of the music industry, just a lot of industries in general, are just sort of heat seekers.
Yeah.
So I guarantee you there are so many people in the music business who are like, Rico, you're a star. The gravy train's never going to end. Oh, I fucking love Rico Suave. Have you heard his,
Yeah,
and they're telling like, Rico, you're the future.
Yeah.
And then it's not. But it's just funny for me to think that at a time, there were a bunch of people who thought like Rico Suave was going to be like Whitney Houston or something, instead of seeing it for this moment in time.
Yeah. I mean, you look at that like at any one-hit wonder. Lou Vega, Mambo.
I still like him though. He has a lot of. No, I'm just kidding. He has a lot of hits. People think Mambo number 5 is his biggest one. I like his.
Fahim, I wouldn't have been surprised. I like would not have.
You motherfucker.
He's
really?
Like German.
Do I strike you as a Lou Vega fan?
I'm like I think he would have like transitioned into some house music because he's European, And I'm like, oh, maybe Fahim still.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody.
Now with that, imagine how many times everyone was like, "Oh, you're the future." He was on every talk show, everything.
Mambo number 5. When's Mambo number 6 coming out?
Yeah,
we're waiting. The people are waiting. We want to team you up with the Baja Man, the crossover that everyone wants. Maybe the Macarena guys get in on this.
Oh man,
baseball stadiums, they'll play you all the time.
Yeah,
look at all these royalties.
Yeah, I would look up. I went through this phase where I was like, the Macarena was such an odd period in American history.
Yeah, like those old dudes just... Were they popular before that song?
I don't know, but then like the old dudes did it, but then a younger people, like group of folks, like kind of remixed it into what was popularized. Because they added like
a club jam or something.
Yeah, they added like a female vocalist as well on top of that.
Oh, I remember that. They got me. Yeah. All the boys want me.
Yeah. So, and then there were like dancers that were the Macarena that would go on like Oprah and that would go on this show. And then, so I was like, what happened to these dancers? So I would like look some of them up. Like some of them still aren't.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea for a TV show. Just like, where are they now? Yeah. But it's very obscure. Like, like that's not even the height of fame.
Yeah.
Just remember the Macarena dancers? Where are they now? You go, yeah, we made a few $1,000s doing the Macarena dance. And then apparently it ran out.
Because I'm always interested to see how they survive after life like that. You know, can you go back to...
Come on, that's not a sustainable...
I
No one
know.
becomes a Macarena dancer and they're like, I made it, Mom.
Well, I mean, like, so it's like, okay, do you do that, or are you the Macarena dancer, and then you're like...
You just dance for a lot of shit.
Well,
You're just
yeah.
a dancer.
Well, see, that's the thing. Do you continue dancing for the Mambo number 5 guy, or
Probably.
do you...
It's just job by job.
Yeah, or do you open up your own dance studio and be like, my claim to fame is I was... You know, because there's a lot
They
of...
have that poster on the wall.
Yeah. How many acting schools are there in LA where the guy was
The
like...
headshot of all the people who went there.
And then the guy who runs the school is like, well, I was, you know...
I was a dead body on CSI.
Exactly.
So listen to my techniques.
Yeah.
His notes are like, you're talking too much. Close your mouth and your eyes and lay down. Now you've got a shot. Here's my card.
You know what...
Class, watch me, okay? You can't smile. Okay, you're dead. You're going to want to smile.
For those who don't know, Fahim's laying down right now.
Your face might itch. Fight it.
He's playing dead. For our audio listeners.
And that's how you book. Everyone's like, he's wearing a turtleneck and he's like falling asleep for an hour. And then he wakes up and he goes, class dismissed.
You should have a sequel to that video that you did about the zombie walker actor.
Oh, yeah.
And now he transitions to make his own school
For being dead bodies on CSI.
Because it's like, well, for zombies. Because he's like, I've done 5 seasons of Walking Dead.
I'm the best.
And there's going to be 5 more seasons. So for the extras, let me train you.
It's a lot of voice work.
Yeah.
You were talking about the Macarena, like, where are they now, guys?
So, yeah.
I had this thought, because there's this documentary I would watch on Netflix called Hip Hop Evolution.
Oh, yeah.
And they chronicle the different eras and scenes of hip hop.
Yeah.
So one episode they'll do New York.
They did the Virginia one.
Yeah, with Pharrell. I love that.
Pharrell,
That's great.
Missy, Timbaland.
Yeah.
Virginia represent.
The whole Dungeon Family
VA,
crew, all that. A lot of great music
2
coming
Up,
out
2
of
Down.
there.
Yeah.
And then trying to think, like, the Dirty South they did. And while I'm watching it, you'll see these interviews with all these hip hop legends.
Yeah.
And then you can see the people who got into hip hop too early, because they'll be interviewing T.I. and he's in a mansion.
Yeah.
And then they'll be talking to, like, this is Cool Cat Jay.
Yeah.
And, like, my apartment's nicer than his. And he's like this hip hop legend.
Yeah.
And the problem is he got into it in like 1979.
Yeah.
You know?
And because you look at that and it's like, there's no space for that individual to make music today and still be like relevant.
Or they got into it before it was lucrative. There was no money in it.
Yeah.
So I always think it's so funny. There's these industries like hip hop, and they just did it for the love, and there's just no money. And you could tell from the documentary who was too early to hip hop.
Yeah.
And same with UFC, when they had no weight classes and they were just getting obliterated for no money. You know, it was like E Honda versus a jockey in a drained out swimming pool.
Yeah.
It was like a Van Damme movie. It was so not a sport. So you're just like the guy in the karate gi, and you get your skull crushed in by a sumo wrestler for $0.
Yeah.
You were way too early to UFC.
Yeah.
Now is when you want to get in.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just find it heartbreaking for a lot of these individuals who had a moment in culture. Like, do you remember, what was her name? Willa Ford.
Oh, fuck.
I want to be
dude.
bad. She's, I want to be
Dude,
bad.
these are like blasts from the past.
So I looked her. I'll like have these moments. I'm like, oh, what happened to that person? I'll look them up. She's an interior decorator now.
Good for her.
Good for her. But it's crazy where she had such an influence in 2002, 2003.
Yeah.
Whenever the.
Or like Amari.
Yeah.
There's just one thing.
Yeah.
Is that her?
Yeah, she had
or
one.
Why can't
yeah.
we be friends?
No, she had. It's just one thing.
Oh, okay.
One thing. Yeah, no, great song.
Yeah.
Incredible song. And I think she's still making like songs, records now, because someone like tweeted it out and she's like, you know, like we slept on the whatever. And I think she responded, but she's still trying to put music out. But it's like you will never
reach that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the Backstreet Boys did that. Like they try to put out that album, that song to you. I think we talked about this podcasts ago.
Did you watch the Aaron Carter? I posted on my story. Just he's an interesting guy. Like I was watching this Lou Pearlman documentary.
Yeah.
We already talked about it.
Yeah, we've talked about this a lot. We've had a lot of boy band discussions on
because
this
of you.
podcast.
You're our resident expert. But they're talking about Lou Pearlman and like Aaron Carter's defending him.
Oh,
He like loves him for some reason.
Yeah.
It's like, people say he's a pedophile. Shut up.
I slept over there multiple times.
He helped me build up my chest. He taught me how to do push-ups. It was just so weird out of context.
Yeah. He But, you know, again, to bring this Backstreet Boys, we're beating this topic,
Yes.
you know, to death. They popped off. They tried, you know, from 2002. They've been trying. They put out album after album after album.
Trying to rekindle that thing.
Yeah, until like 2 years ago, they had that one song like "Don't Go Breaking My Heart," whatever that was.
Mm-hmm.
That had like some success, but it was like that was like the success they had on that was like the low success they've had on their like during their peak, and they will never meet that peak again.
Well, here's the thing. It's so rare to reach that summit,
Yeah,
and that's a win already.
yeah,
If you are trying to be that your entire life,
yeah,
you will never. It's just a law of the universe.
yeah,
So for Backstreet to even, I'm not saying don't create art, but like mitigate your expectations. I don't understand these people who have reached the peak.
yeah,
Like no one will, like, you know how a few people in the world will be at the level that Backstreet was at.
yeah,
Or I don't know, you'll see it with different celebrities where it's like they were huge in the 90s, or they're huge in the early 2000s, or that take the W.
yeah,
But they keep on trying to just do the art because you want to, and
yeah,
you know, like we all die.
Yeah.
So it's all like meaningless anyway, or you know, there is meaning, but it's absurd to think that you can be at a 10 your entire life.
yeah.
Be grateful you even fucking got to a 10
Yeah.
for a period.
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah, well, so many people don't even get to the 10.
yeah,
So whenever I see these celebrities like constantly trying to, you know, they're like, maybe they popped in they were huge in their 20s and then they're 60 and they still want to be the 10. It's like,
Yeah.
just chill. You made it.
yeah,
Do the thing you want to.
yeah.
You don't have to. It's exhausting to try to do that again. You
Yeah.
did it.
It's hard. Like, I mean, and you look at this across all industries: film, music, comedy, literature, whatever it is. You have your moment of like everyone peaks. Is there one comedian who's been consistent for eras? You know, like
There are few, like, or there are artists who,
and they're very, very, few, like a
few.
handful. Like film-wise, you're looking at Scorsese and Spielberg.
Spielberg,
Those are the
yeah.
only two guys from the 70s to now that still make hits. You know,
yeah.
Coppola's now, Francis Ford Coppola hasn't really done anything. George Lucas hasn't really done anything. Brian De Palma hasn't really done much.
Well, I think it also depends on the field you're in.
Yeah,
Directors, you could, you know, be relevant till the day you die because you're behind the camera. It's more about your vision and all that.
Yeah.
It's like we're such a youth
yeah,
obsessed culture when it comes to visually, like pop music, you know?
yeah.
Sometimes I see like Phil Collins wouldn't be a thing
Today,
Today.
if you put out like his songs,
or just any, but like I was watching back in the day, they would have like Solid Gold or remember these songs? They'd have the CDs.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't you love these? And they'd show music videos.
Yeah.
And everyone's a troll. You know?
Yeah.
It'll be like, I don't want to name names, but like
Just throw
all these, it'll be like, you know, like Ron Zadur or like Michael Bolton. They're not trolls, but they're not like fucking who you see nowadays.
yeah, they're no like Zayn Malik's where these like perfectly chiseled,
Where you have to be gorgeous in HD.
yeah,
Like this was grainy, they're backlit, they're thinning hair was just like backlit through
yeah.
there. And I'm like, these stars would never exist today.
Oh yeah,
So filmmakers, you can get away with it. Writers can be relevant for a super long time, but the shelf life on actors, and like musicians, you know, pop stars and all that,
yeah,
and like models retire at age. You know, I remember like they didn't say like Tyra Banks is retiring from modeling,
yeah.
and like is it retiring, or is it just the natural progression of things?
yeah,
You know?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
she's huge. She can model forever because she's Tyra Banks or whatever. And she's a personality.
yeah,
But just to the utility model or whatever,
yeah,
like a role player, after a certain age, you just can't.
yeah. Runway models are like 16,
Or just the
17,
demand isn't
yeah.
there. The way the marketplace is built up, it's just
Yeah.
those opportunities kind of dry up.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's less of a retirement and just the end of the line for that industry. It's like an athlete retiring. They can't do it forever.
Yeah. And this is also another topic that we've touched on a lot, this whole youth obsessed and like, you know, but anyway, outside of all this rambling,
No, man, come on. We're all about tangents. It's what the people tune in for.
We're all about
I had this
tangents.
idea. It's like, you know how we're such a youth-obsessed culture and all that with entertainment and all
Yeah.
that. I had this thought like, yo, imagine if there was a world where no one aged, let's say. If no one aged, do you know how much harder it would be Like, it's already hard to break into the entertainment business
Yeah.
in Hollywood in general. Imagine if no one aged. You think Madonna's going to give up her spot? You think if people just stayed gorgeous forever?
Well, see, but then that goes back to what I was saying is, would they still be able to have, with trends and like this change, the sound of music changing over time, would they still have the relevancy?
Yeah, they would team them up with whoever the new producer is.
I don't know. I really don't
I'm
know.
very curious. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's just an interesting thought experiment. Say no one aged, everyone capped out at like, I don't know how you look when you're like 23 or something.
Yeah.
I think it would be insanely hard to break into the entertainment biz.
Yeah.
Because these people aren't going to give up their spot. I think people like age out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. I think it's when it comes to like acting, and I think that you're set for life or whatever, but for music and like film and art or whatever, I think your taste won't be able to keep with the times. Even though you might physically look the same, you're still not going to be, you know,
The sound.
Yeah. You might not be able, like,
But here's what you're up against, though. Look, a lot of these artists that you say, oh, I like Demi Lovato, or
Yeah.
I like, they're just a voice. They're just a vessel.
yeah.
It's like some Swedish dude who's cranking out all these hits.
Yeah.
So it'll just be some younger Swedish dude who's given the vampire lady all the hot jams.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're trying to break in, say you're a hot person,
Yeah.
and you're competing against a 300-year-old pop star who looks the same as you,
Yeah.
think of all that equity they've built up in brand recognition. They're just going to go for that every time.
True.
You think they're going to try to build this up? They've had 300 years. She was doing like music when it was weird.
Yeah.
And now she's doing futuristic stuff.
Yeah.
What if we just kept talking about this and then it gets so weird? Because I'm already making 300-year-old vampire lady references.
Oh man. So you've watched Sopranos, right?
I love it. I think it's the best show ever.
You finished it.
Yeah, I've seen it twice.
Whoa. Damn. I started it a while ago, and I just stopped at season 3, and I just picked up again after like 3-4 years. I've just like picked up again. Maybe not 3, but like
Isn't
2
it
to 3 years.
interesting to see the progression of like production value?
Yeah. I pay attention to that more than anything.
I watched, season 1. I think he's chasing some guy in a car and then he beats him up.
Yeah.
And it's like a cartoon.
Yeah.
Like the sound effects are like from Looney Tunes or something. It's comical.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be this gritty 1 hour long drama.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoosh,
Yeah.
and it takes you out.
Yeah.
But then they remedy that by, it's just the evolution of, because it's like one of the first
Yeah.
of this genre.
Yeah. It was like 1999. At that time, they were
Yeah.
like, whoa, he killed someone.
So it's interesting to see the production value meet up with the ambition maybe by season 2 or 3.
Yeah, and I feel like when I watch a lot of these older shows, I'm excited to start the next season to see that jump in production value in time. But I feel like The Sopranos captured every year perfectly. Like they captured 2000, 2001, because I see it through a lot of the lens of like the kids like Meadow and AJ, where I'm like, that's the same shit I was in, like that was the same
Like
thing.
AOL.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been on a Sopranos binge over the last
the best.
week.
And
yeah.
I think it's one of the funniest shows too. There are so many great moments in there.
Yeah.
I love comedies that play real.
Yeah.
I don't love that's why I know everyone, I'm sure The Office is a great show. I've caught a few episodes of the US version.
Whoa.
But the British version will always reign supreme. Because it's just grounded in
Fahim,
reality a little more.
that's a hot take.
It's a hot take.
That's a hot take.
And I know it sounds very pretentious or it's an easy go-to, like, I only like the British Office.
Yeah.
But aesthetically, it just feels so much more grounded.
Yeah.
American comedy, for the most part, is a little more broad. Like, the audience wants to know that you're joking.
Yeah.
Whereas I love, some British comedy where it's just very real and out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it's ever so slight. The subtleness. That's why I love Succession.
Yeah.
Succession is one of my favorite shows.
I think it's the best show on TV right now.
I think it's the best show. And again, it's one of those, I think it's like one of the best dramas and one of the best comedies.
Yeah.
Because the comedic moments aren't like, it's like some guy getting waxed or something.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's not some guy getting a boner or.
Yeah.
or it's
It
just
doesn't
very
go for
subtle.
cheap laughs.
It doesn't go for cheap laughs.
Yeah.
And it's not a laughs per minute type thing.
Yeah. I think the first show I noticed that did that for me was Mad Men. I watched that.
Oh yeah, I
and
love Mad
was
Men
like,
too.
I was like, damn. I was like, this is like this show's funny. Like it's very serious.
Any show that captures relationships and like the human condition,
Yeah.
and is just so real. It's almost like a great portrait of people. Like that's how people act.
Yeah.
Whenever I see something, and I'm like, that's how people act. Or
Yeah.
that's so real.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Another great show like that that's very slept on is Patriot on Amazon.
Okay.
There's 2 seasons of it.
Yeah.
That's a great funny show as well.
I gotta check it out. I just started. I started and finished it in the like week and a half that I was out. Killing Eve. That it's on Hulu.
It's good?
Oh my god. Okay. I wouldn't say oh my god, but it's a good show. It's 3 seasons. It's a British show as
Still
well.
on? Or?
Still on. Yeah. They just season 3 like just wrapped up a couple months ago. Like airing, and yeah, that's it's
You know-
what's that lady's name? Sandra Oh.
Oh.
Is in it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So one that I've left out. Have I talked about Pen 15?
No, we're not talking
It's on
about
Hulu.
it. Yeah.
That's another great one.
Hulu original.
Hulu original. I know it's kind of geared more towards girls or women. 'Cause, you know, it's these, 2 women. They're like in their 30s and they play their 13-year-old selves.
Yeah.
So all the other actors are kids.
Yeah.
And there are a few shows that come along. Maybe I've talked about this, that sometimes the medium feels tired. You're like, oh, okay, I've seen all that can be done with TV.
Yeah.
And then some shows come along that liven the medium.
Yeah.
Or show you something else can be done, and it's exciting.
Yeah.
A couple of those have happened for me. Back in the day, it was the UK Office.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I was home, just, maybe I was in college or high school, and we had BBC America. So I'm just watching, and this show comes on. There's no, it wasn't a big thing.
Yeah.
I caught it at the beginning. No one knew what it was, really. So I was watching this show on BBC America. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It was so great. I hadn't seen anything like it, and I
Yeah.
loved it. So the British Office did that for me. And then the Ali G show was so different. That's where Borat was born from.
Yeah.
It was just a segment from his show because he had Ali G, he had Bruno, and he had Borat.
Yeah.
Those were his characters on that HBO show.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, I haven't seen anything like this. That and then after that, Nathan For You.
Yeah.
I'm like, I haven't seen anything like this. I love this show. And then I think Pen 15
Is one of those?
Yeah. And I'm surprised because the premise sounds so ridiculous
Yeah.
that the adults are playing their kid selves.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of humor to be had, but how dramatic it can be. Like, I think there are better moments in Pen 15, like drama-wise, than like literal dramas.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think it's a great show. Yeah. I watched
I say watch it.
I watched only the first few episodes. I got to get back into it.
It's so funny.
It's a
like,
good
it's
show.
very rare that I laugh out loud
Yeah.
at a TV.
Yeah. It's a good show. British, I have been going through a little British phase. I watched Fleabag as well. And that's a great show.
It's a good one, man.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's
good. Comedy Store documentary is going on.
Oh, where's that at? I
think it's a 6-part series.
Okay.
I don't have Showtime, so I'm
It's
only
on
getting texts
Showtime.
from people like, hey, you're in the documentary.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah, but I want to get it, but I'm so Middle Eastern, Like I don't want to like pay for Showtime.
So here's my recommendation for you. Wait till all 6 episodes.
Free trial. Come on, I'm way ahead of you.
This is why we.
I'm way ahead
This
of
is
you.
why we're on a podcast together.
So I gotta wait. I gotta wait till maybe the 6th episode or 5th episode drops, and then I'll do the trial.
Yeah. That's what I did with Killing Eve. It's on AMC. So season 3 was on AMC Plus fucking app. So I just got it for my flight over, and I just downloaded all the episodes and watched it for my flight, and then just got home and unsubscribed.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do, man.
Nice.
Speaking of Borat, did you watch Borat 2?
Not yet, because I was in Phoenix. I didn't take my laptop, and then the
okay.
TV didn't have smart options or whatever. So it sucks. I gotta watch it.
Okay.
What's your take?
2 thumbs down.
Ooh, you go very bad. Very bad.
I think it's just cheap comedy to just dunk on Trump and Republicans and to show how like look how backward the South
Look
and
how
America
dumb
is.
they are.
Yeah, and it's like the Borat, the first one, hilarious.
Because it pointed out racial bias and stuff like that.
And then now it's just like more of the same, which I'm like,
Do you think it is a victim of trying to top its predecessor? Like you already know what Borat is. If Borat 2 hit you fresh,
yeah.
do you think you'd be, this is the most amazing thing?
No, because once you stick with like this political agenda of like, I'm going to show you how ridiculous Republicans are and Trump is.
That's kind of exhausting, man.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like,
someone brought this up that like what's been going on with Trump and all this, and like he has a sense of humor. Like, look, it may not be our cup of tea, but he's like a bad schoolboy or whatever.
Yeah.
And now it's almost like the Daily Show are the teachers. Like, hey, don't be, and it's like, they're the ones having fun.
Yeah.
It's like reversed.
Yeah.
So you see all these Samantha Bee shows and John Oliver, and it's just sort of like, don't throw the paper airplane. Like, they're the squares now.
Yeah. And
just tonally.
It's just,
And there's so many people doing it.
Yeah.
Where it's like, we know the dynamic.
Yeah. That's why it's like someone making fun of Trump's weight or his physical appearance, his hair. It's like, okay, that was like funny 8 years ago when he was running against Obama in 2012 or whatever. Like, at this point, come on, dude. Like,
it's a genre of comedy called clapter.
Okay, explain.
Where it doesn't just cut you because it's funny. It's like, that's right. Our team is better. Like, it's less funny. I'm not putting anyone in the same pot or whatever, but I'm just saying there is a genre of comedy where it's like, I'm clapping because it's woke or it's on the right side.
Yeah.
Not because it fucking cut through my brain and hit me in the chest like when I was 12 with my brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like,
I get that.
We're gonna clap our way into office.
I call that liberal blue check Twitter humor, where it's like this.
See,
yes, this,
this
right here. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
but clapter is a more efficient way.
clapter.
Yours is very verbose.
Yeah. Very.
You go, I call it this.
Yeah.
And it's just like a way worse version of what I call it.
Yours is yes. I'll go with that. So now I know that
you'd be terrible in like an advertising branding room.
Yeah.
All right, now here's Ali.
And this is what, just completely ruin it.
I was thinking of calling them yummy, yummy cheddar chips. Okay. I like cheddar bites from that guy, what he said.
Okay.
You don't like my long-winded, there's enough room on the bag. The font will have to be like 6 point, but we could fit.
We'll do Helvetica, and everyone will be happy. Win-win.
Ooh, Helvetica.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. I thought it was.
I don't know what it is.
If you guys know, write into the podcast, fahimanwardancehour@gmail.com. I know we have a lot of fonts fans.
Oh, you'd be surprised. You would actually be surprised how many people,
No.
I kid you not, are like into typeface. Like people that are into like graphic design.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you seen that episode of Design where there's a whole episode on typeface?
No, I haven't.
It's a guy's job to do typeface.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a whole documentary on Helvetica. Helvetica, whatever.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is, there's a whole, on Netflix, there's a whole
Whoa.
documentary on that,
Imagine how bored you are where you've hit everything.
Yeah.
I guess we can watch this documentary on Helvetica.
Helvetica, whatever it is, they love it. Like these typeface,
It's a great font.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like the history of the font, it's, and how it's like I don't know, dude. I saw one of my, like, back when I had roommates, one of my roommates was watching it, and I'm like, you're really watching this, huh? All right, well.
You started without me?
Yeah.
We're supposed to watch that together.
But yeah, anyways, Borat was, there's moments where it's like funny, you're just like, oh my, like, it's like a Sacha Baron Cohen moment where you're just like, oh, I can't believe he's doing this. Yeah. I think what he did with This Is America was great. That Showtime show, what was it? Was it called This Is America?
I believe so.
Where, he went undercover as, whatever it was to interview these.
The thing is, the makeup he would do is pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's almost like the uncanny valley.
Yeah.
Have you heard that term?
Yeah.
Where it's like kind of human, but not quite. And so it's unsettling.
Yeah.
Like something's off. It's like you're looking at a human, but something's off.
Yeah.
So then you feel creeped out. Like those Duracell robots back in the day.
So yeah, he, I thought that was brilliant. Like, what he would do and the length or the extent people would go to, like these politicians, to like be like, oh, we're, to support something, whether it's like gun control or
Like if you give them enough rope, how much will they hang themselves?
Yeah. So
that is interesting.
that was my take of Borat 2. But yeah, I mean, check it out for yourself. It's on Amazon
It's
Prime.
free. I already have Prime.
There you go, man. Yeah. How's the mailbag looking these days?
Shit.
Or is there anything else that is popping off that... Oh, I took a COVID test on
when?
Friday. I went on Friday. Drove to I made appointment online for the Dodgers Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
No nasal thing.
Whoa.
Mouth swab.
Ooh.
Like,
but they go deep.
No.
It's in your esophagus. It's just like a really long. They go, we don't do it in the nose anymore. Don't worry. And it's like a cartoon length.
It goes down to your stomach. It like rubs around your
Yeah. Your small intestine.
Yeah, and it comes back out. No, it's just simple, like, inner cheek, upper roof of mouth, and tongue.
When I had to do it, it tickled the back of my brain.
Yeah, I remember you telling me they.
Yeah.
Oh no, they gave it to you to do it, right?
I did 2 of them. The first one I did.
Yeah.
And obviously I would never do that to myself. So I didn't go that far.
Okay.
I went to what I thought was far.
Yeah.
And then I went in.
Oh, and they showed you.
And they showed me what far was. They taught me about anatomy.
They took you to the limit that you were at that you thought was physically impossible to break.
Yeah, they were like a cotton swab personal trainer. They knew what my limit was.
Yeah.
I thought my limit was way less. But apparently I had it in me.
They showed you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at the Dodger Stadium, they just like 10 minutes maximum, like just driving in, they give you the thing.
Is it free?
Yeah, free.
Just whenever you want, or you have to be like, I think I might have symptoms.
Whenever you want, free, and it's 24 hours turnaround time.
10 minutes, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Depending on the lines or whatever, like 10, 15 minutes. They give you the thing, and then
they give you a Dodger dog on the way out?
Yeah, they're like, hey.
Unless you have COVID, then they don't give it to you?
Yeah. They're like, here's a glizzy. It's funny how, like, hot dogs have now become, we refer to them as glizzies now.
I've never heard that.
Glizzy globber.
Really?
Globber.
They call them glizzies? Who calls them that?
People, man.
For real?
Yeah. But it's like more of like a
where did this come from?
It's like it's a not a derogatory, but it's like you say it in a very insult, like this guy's like, if you like hot dogs, like this guy's a glizzy gobbler.
For real?
And then you use it interchangeably with the sexual innuendo as well.
Okay.
Okay. So
I'm learning so much.
Yeah.
You're my urban dictionary. I love that you're my key to the young streets, and you're not even that.
I'd like to think I am, and that sucks too, because I'm like, shit.
Yeah, you should be so lucky.
Yeah, but yeah. So that was my COVID update.
Cool. Did you have to take it for a job or something?
No. I just want to like.
You just want to know?
Yeah.
I mean, you reminded me. So I did mine when I did this Quibi thing.
Rest in peace.
Yo, R.I.P. They call me Kingslayer. First CISO. Now Quibi.
Who's next?
You want to book me? Get ready for your empire to crumble. Yeah. I didn't do Go 90. I'm not responsible for that.
Oh man, that would have been
CISO and Quibi.
The trifecta.
I killed him.
If you would have done Go 90, that would have been the
Kingslayer.
trifecta.
They call him the Kingslayer.
Okay, so there's
book him, and your business will be no more.
So before we get into that, there has been 3 apps of streaming that they all like these investors thought they would work.
First, there was
Verizon Go 90.
Go 90.
Then there was NBC CISO. And then the standalone Quibi. All 3 failed within less than a year.
He slayed them all with Valerian steel microphone.
And I just don't know when these companies, corporations, investors will just realize that we don't want to watch things on our phones.
Well, we do, but the shit already exists.
Like we need like Vine or TikTok length.
Yeah. No
content.
one wants to see highbrow on their phone.
Yeah.
And if they do, they'll just have Netflix app on their phone or Hulu or Showtime or HBO.
Yeah.
I don't need you to make 5-second premium content for me.
Yeah.
I don't need Brad Pitt in 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see that gorgeous face. I like how I always allude. Remember that one podcast I talked about Benjamin Button?
Yeah.
And I'm like, when do you think he was the most vulnerable?
Yeah.
It's when he's on the motorcycle, bro.
When he's on the motorcycle.
I don't need 5 seconds of that. I need 3 hours.
I believe it was the Paris version.
All right. Well, we agree to disagree. What if that's why the podcast breaks up?
Fuck this.
Creative differences? No, we think Brad Pitt is different. He's sexy in different parts of his life.
I think someone would really throw us off if they came up when they were like, I thought he was sexy when he became
when he was born.
No, when he was a steamboat crew member.
He's kind of, yeah.
I bet, get the fuck. All right, we're done.
You got to scroll down quite a bit on the porn sites to get into that genre. Old sailors.
Old sailor.
Yeah. So R.I.P. Quibi. Thanks for the cash.
But so where's your clip? Will it ever
I don't know. I imagine, so the thing I did was for Bill Burr's sketch show, which was produced by ATC, All Things Comedy. So I imagine the rights revert back to Bill and ATC, the production company.
Yeah.
So maybe somewhere else will pick it up. Maybe it'll end up on Hulu or Netflix or...
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, that again, this is like a nice lesson to any comics out there or any artists or producers or actors. Sometimes you want your thing to be on the premium platform, or like, oh, I want it to be on HBO, or like I didn't want my special to be on CISO, really.
Yeah.
I mean, like I was happy that I got to make it.
Yeah.
Home wise, I'm like, I don't know if anyone's gonna see this, but it allowed it to be made.
Yeah.
And once you create the thing, shit changes hands so much in this town.
Yeah.
That it can end up it could end up on Netflix. It could end up, so it's better to create.
Yeah.
So you may not have all the ducks in a row.
Yeah.
But if you are able to make the thing, that's a win.
Yeah.
So maybe this Bill Burr thing will end up somewhere else where someone will see it.
Yeah.
Or like, my special is on Comedy Central's YouTube, which is very accessible now.
Mm-hmm.
So that solved that problem that I had with it 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's lessons to be had.
Lessons, Ben. But yeah, how are we looking at the mailbag?
Mailbag.
Who said what? About what?
Let's see. Let me fire it up. All right, this.
I'm just getting notifications on the Citizen app. There's violence around us.
What?
Violence.
Did you just come through the door? Ali, why did you check it, Ali? Yeah, okay. So this is from Rizik.
Okay.
Hello, Fahim and Ali.
What's up?
What shows are you guys currently watching? Yo, this guy.
It's fucking.
He was early to the party. This is from.
You should have waited till this episode.
Waited. This is from October 8th, dude.
Oh, man.
My wife and I are currently watching Jason Sudeikis' Ted Lasso.
Interesting.
Really well done and funny. Also, if I could recommend one TV show, Danny McBride's Vice Principals is short, 2 seasons, and hilarious. Love the podcast. Thanks, Rizik. I have heard good things about Ted Lasso. And interesting, Ted Lasso is Bill Lawrence's show. He did Scrubs and like Cougar Town.
Yeah.
And I was pitching a show with Bill. I know Bill because
No
like
way.
he did Undateable.
Yeah.
So he had that show on NBC,
Yeah.
and like my friends were in it,
Yeah.
like Funches and like Brent and Dalia were in it, like a bunch of stand-ups. So that's how I knew Bill Lawrence, because he would come by the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
And he saw Lance perform one night. So, I was doing Lance. And then I think I went in with John DeWalt and and Alice and his wife to like pitch this engineering show, just sort of like when I was an engineer at Boeing. I just think there's a show there. And he was like, yeah. Well, what's up with Lance? So he was just more interested in Lance. I'm like, oh yeah, I still do him at the Comedy Store and stuff. And then we developed this Lance show, just like a version of it. And then we took it out and it just didn't really go anywhere.
Oh no.
But that's how I know Bill. But like, he's just like a great showrunner.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him. It's doing well. And Sudeikis is awesome. It's on Apple TV, I think.
Oh, okay. No wonder I haven't heard.
Yeah, it's supposed to be good. I like how it's about an American football coach doing British soccer. I just love that world,
Yeah.
Just a soccer team.
Oh, interesting. I gotta look that. I mean, I don't have Apple TV, and I won't get it, but I'll just find a way to stream it.
Yeah.
I think I would recommend Marvelous Miss Maisel, Killing Eve, Fleabag, and Top Boy.
What's Top Boy about?
Ooh, Top Boy is this guy, these friends in London trying to become the top boy of their neighborhood of being like the top drug dealer of their estate in London, in East London. So it's a Netflix
Is it like
show.
The Wire? Like a British Wire?
Basically, Yeah. So 2 seasons came out in like 2011 and 2012.
Mm-hmm.
And there were like 3-4 episodes each or whatever, like the British length. And then it just got canceled. And then Drake watched it and was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, where's the rest of this show? So he went to Netflix and brought that back like 8-9 years later from
Whoa.
2012 to
How
like,
is it? How's the new one?
It's good, man. But it's very, American, where it was like, again, British shows are like 3 to 6 episodes per season. Now this is like 10 episodes,
They
So,
milk it.
Yeah. But it's good. I would watch, recommend Top Boy.
All right, this one is from Kerubal. Kerubal? Here, can you read that? I'm bad. We've got some eclectic names, dude.
Cubo? I feel like, I don't know if that's a real name.
Maybe.
I feel like it's like a screen name.
It's sent from Proton Mail. So,
Screen name. If you're real, please
Kerubal?
email us back.
Subject heading, now it's official. Hey guys, great to see you back and with the dope new set. That's commitment right there. You can walk away from curtains and even a Zane poster pretty easily. But once you put up the neon sign, you're making a statement. If you ever decide to stop the show after this, there will come a point when you have to go over to that thing and slowly unplug it and sigh as you watch it flicker out. You don't want that. We don't want that. So stick around and keep creating these awesome moments. Thanks,
Hey,
man.
We've gone 2 years strong, man.
Bro,
Yeah.
we're a staple.
Or staple.
We took a little break, but
It was a COVID
shit happened.
break,
It was a
though.
COVID break.
Yeah.
There was a little break before the COVID thing, even though too. Life happens.
Yeah.
Just be happy we're back, okay?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This is from Adrian Duenes, FADH. What happened to the jabronis? You jabronis? That's the subject heading. Yo, Fahim and Ali, greetings from Queens, a.k.a. the countryside of NYC, according to Kramer. I started listening to the Fahim Anwar Dance Hour back in April when COVID was at its peak in NYC. The hilarious banter brightened up those days of what seemed like never-ending shifts as an EMS worker. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
I would bang pots and pans, but we don't have any right here, so just take my words. I noticed you haven't had a Jabroni of the Week segment in some time. I have something to share for that. It might actually even be funny, Jabroni of the Year.
Whoa.
A little over a month ago, I pulled up to the bank to make a withdrawal from the ATM. I figured it would be a quick run, so I decided to leave the keys in the ignition to leave the car running. No biggie, right? So I walk into the bank, get to an ATM, when suddenly I hear my car revving loudly. I look back to see a guy inside my car in the driver's seat.
What?
I then see my car jerk forward before it stalled. Lol. Immediately grab my cash and dash out the door, which by then he took off on foot and was half a block away, so I didn't even bother nor care enough to chase him. Upon further observation, he left the gear shifter on third, so presumably he must have tried to start from third gear and epically failed. I would have been a victim of a real-life GTA, but thankfully past me approved of the idea of getting a car with an anti-theft device. It's a 2018 Subaru WRX, if it matters.
Wow.
Lesson learned. I humbly admit that I am a bigger jabroni in this scenario, but at least I would know how to commit a successful vehicle theft if the car was a stick shift. Not that I would. Do you still drive that Mazda 3, Fahim? Winky smiley face. Yes, I do. To Ollie, a while ago you said how you found it repulsive for guys to wear flip-flops.
Oh, I still believe that. Yeah.
Adding on to that, I like to think there is a special place in hell for anyone who wears flip-flops or sandals on the NYC subway. To think, oh, this is fine, while wearing a flimsy piece of rubber between the bottom of your feet and the dirtiest floor known to mankind should earn you a free ride straight to the asylum. Sorry, rant over. To Fahim.
I agree.
With Thanksgiving around the corner, would you be open to the idea of entertaining us by having your mom as a guest again? The stories she shared of you growing up were hilarious and endearing, especially the time when you spat on a little girl's hair. Really liked that episode, as it showed how grounded you are from being raised by brown immigrant parents, which I can wholeheartedly relate with. Parentheses, Mrs. Anwar, if you are listening, I am a huge fan. Anyway, love the pod and the Dance Hour playlist. Keep up with the lava takes and take care not to get the Rona. Shout out to your old sponsors from your Koreatown heroin den days. Kawasaki, Harley-Davidson, Apache, John Deere, the LA Fire Department, Barking Dogs, Broken Glass, the Screaming Society. Oh, and special shout out to Haroon. Much love from the NYC countryside. Adrian D. P.S. That song Fell Apart by IRG which is on the playlist, has been on high repeat the past couple months. Dope Jam.
Well, that was one long
It was a
email.
long ass. I think we're gonna publish this.
But yeah, I would. Yeah, you know, if you try to, he called himself the Jabroni of the year, right?
I believe he did. Yeah, we got to bring jabronis back.
I can't believe we forgot
We
about
forgot
that.
about jabronis. You know what that makes us?
What?
Jabronis.
We're the Jabronis.
For forgetting a little bit.
Well, but then
Maybe jabroni light.
in our defense, COVID, lack of interaction.
Made us forget about the jabronis.
Yeah, because I didn't like, honestly,
good point.
when he brought that up for the last 10 minutes that you're reading,
You're going through jabronis?
yeah, I'm like, I can't think of I haven't had a jabroni encounter yet. Well, you know what? I have a jabroni. It's my cousin, Silimon Solo.
Ooh, shit.
I tell this guy, I'm in Virginia, and he's like, hey, come over. There's a fire pit. And I was like, okay, we'll hang out by his little fire pit in his backyard. What do you normally do if there's a fire pit at night?
What do you do?
Like, what do you eat, Jen?
I guess s'mores.
Thank you. Now, what comes in small? Okay, so regardless, we've established that. So I say, hey, go pick up the halal marshmallows for s'mores. I get to his house, and I'm like, all right, so where's the things? He's like, oh, here's the marshmallows. I'm like, cool, where's the chocolate and the graham crackers? He was like, you just said get marshmallows. I'm like, yeah, like, just make sure they were halal, but the rest were like...
Hold on. What was the ask from you, though? You said just get the halal marshmallows?
I said go to the store before it closes. But, like, go to that Afghan market and grab the marshmallows before they close.
You just said the marshmallows.
I did. But it should still kind of... if he doesn't have the ingredients at home...
I've got to side with him. I believe you are the jabroni, my friend. You don't want to know why?
Why?
If you send me a text
Yeah.
and the only thing you make mention of is halal marshmallows, that's it. If you said, can you get the s'mores stuff, or can you get the chocolate and the graham crackers and the marshmallows, but make sure that they're halal, now he has all the information he needs. You made it sound like the only missing link was marshmallows.
But then where would the other ingredients come from?
It's odd, but presumably you have them.
But
you left out some key details.
I get that, but also if you are hosting, I would assume you to have everything because you're the host of this party.
Who's hosting it?
The fire pit man, Solo, the cousin.
Nah.
Well, this is up for debate now.
All
so
right.
I guess this turned on me. Now I am the jabroni
That backfired, dude.
of the week. But yeah, no, besides me being the jabroni, apparently, I have no other jabronis.
You have no jabronis? I guess I have a slight jabroni. I was flying back from Phoenix, and this security lady, she's just kind of quick. I mean, they're all kind of quick, but like, first of all, I went to one belt or whatever, conveyor belt. She's like, not that one, this one. I'm like, how would I know? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she didn't tell me which one to go to.
Yeah.
She's like, not that one, this one. I'm like, oh, okay. And then she kind of like snapped at me or something, or okay, so something beeped, and then she goes like, see the official or whatever. So then I see one on the other side, and I go towards him. She goes, not him. I go, how would I know that?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't just take it.
Yeah.
I like pushed back a little bit, and it's
Yeah.
like, I'm a nice guy for the most part, but like, this is just such bullshit. I had to let her know. I'm like, how would I know? That's an official. You said go see the official. He's like in my eye line right here.
Yeah.
How would I know you? Like, you didn't even point to the right person.
Yeah.
So she's a jabroni.
Okay, well.
I think the thing is when you're TSA,
yeah.
you lose your humanity because the sheer volume of people coming through there.
You're herding sheep,
Yeah,
basically.
they're not people anymore. They're just people ruining your day. So
Yeah.
you're just like an asshole.
Yeah.
It's just another number. It's like why in traffic. You're in a box.
Yeah.
There's a ton of other people.
Yeah.
No one has a soul anymore.
Yeah, no,
They're just an impedance on your day.
You guys are just sheep, and they're just herding you through the lines, and then, you know.
So it's fun to push back where you're like, listen, bitch, give me the right information.
Okay, well, in her defense, let me pull Fahim. In her defense.
Yeah, you're gonna cape for meter maids and
You know,
TSA.
I just, just for the sake, because I got the jabroni.
All right.
Was there an official closer to you? Was there?
No. I don't know.
There wasn't someone like next to you?
No.
Okay.
It wasn't obvious.
Or someone behind you?
No.
Okay. All right. I'm just, just to play the Fahim card, you know?
Yes. You're just You're just mad that you're a jabroni and you're trying to pull me down in the jabroni pit with you.
I can't be alone in this.
Yeah. I just picture like a hand grabbed my ankle.
Yeah.
But was there an agent closer to you?
Actually.
And then I just stomp on your fingers and I let you fall into the jabroni pit.
It's the actually, guys.
Actually.
All
right, I think we got one more here. All right. This question is from Arham Zafar. Question for Fahim. Hey guys, it's Arham again. I was the one who sent the video of my father playing basketball. Thanks for putting it in the pod.
Yeah.
Tell him that jumper's wet. Keep stroking it, Anyways, question for Fahim. Fahim, you've told the stories of how you left Boeing to pursue stand-up completely. But how did that process actually work? I'm curious how your engineering coworkers and managers at the time reacted to you stepping down from your position. Only wondering because I'm an engineer as well and am thinking about making a career shift. Not one that is dramatically different, but is at least different to what I'm doing now. I'm an electrical engineer. Thanks, Arham. P.S. Tell Ali he needs to chop off the hair and bring back the fade. All right.
No, it's not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
Not for another year.
Yeah.
And then,
Nice.
I'll just buzz it.
Whoa. You just do drastic stuff.
I can't. That's how I live. But before you answer his question, I was thinking about this because a lot of people ask me to ask you.
I have found that I almost want to do a bit about it, how I am a beacon of hope for every brown person trapped in a straight-laced profession.
Yeah.
I'm like a guy who got out of prison, and they all ask me, like, how did you get out? Like, I'm a systems analyst at Oracle, and like, how did your parents take it, and how do I begin? How do I get out of it?
Yeah. Because I get those.
And sometimes they're in too deep, and I feel bad. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, what's your situation? He's like, I'm married, I have 3 kids, and but I do poetry. It's like it's not even the same thing. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It just sounds like you've been in too deep.
Yeah. There's no out. There's no hope.
I wish I could help. I don't even do poetry, so I don't even know that world.
I'd be like, save up like 200,000 and then completely shift careers.
Yeah.
But so I get that question regarding film. I get that I literally have this my friend's sister who's in my DMs about like pursuing film. But for like, let's try to make this in 1 minute. So it's like TikTok, Instagram friendly.
Okay.
In 1 minute, can you explain how to do comedy as a beginner? What are the steps to take for being a stand-up comedian in 1 minute or less?
Yes. Okay. So you start by doing open mics. So you just find out where shows are. You sign up and you go. You just do a bunch of open mics. You write material. You do the open mics. It'll probably be terrible, but whatever. That's how you get up. You do that for long enough. You learn how to write a joke. And then you'll meet other comedians. And then you'll find out about booked shows. Maybe you'll get good enough where you can get on booked shows. So then you'll do those for a bit. And you just keep on doing it. But it starts with open mic. Okay. You just got to Google open mics in your area.
Google open mics. Start
with that. And then you'll be in the scene, booked shows, and then maybe the comedy clubs when that opens. But there's a pandemic, so it's different. I don't know.
So always start from open
mics.
That's
how you start.
How often?
I would say get up at least 3 times a week if you can, like bare minimum.
Oh, okay, minimum 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Okay, that's solid advice. There, you guys hear it. You guys
and
heard it.
More is better. If you could do more, you could do more. It's a night thing. There's no excuse. You can, work by day.
There's no excuse. Offices, you're out of work at what, 5 p.m.?
Yeah.
Shows go start at like 8, 9 p.m.?
Mm-hmm. Plenty of time.
And you have time to go back to bed?
Yes.
All right, man. Well.
Oh, this is like an extra note. This is an artistic note. Tape your sets.
Ooh.
Have your voice memo going. Record your sets. Listen to them. The audience is your editor.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good note. There you guys have it.
There you have it.
Yes.
Hold on. I guess I didn't answer the actual email, though. We did that. But I got to answer this guy's actual question.
So now, whoever's listening, if you get sent this episode by me, if I send you this episode, it means Fahim's addressed it.
Yeah, just open mics. You just got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. People talk about wanting to do things.
Yeah.
You just got to do it.
Yeah.
It's the doing. You got to jump off, but no one wants to jump. They like to talk about jumping.
That's true.
Okay, let's see. Okay, how did the process work? It's pretty easy. I was just doing stand-up concurrently while doing my job.
Yeah.
And then I got to the point where I could quit. And the way I did it is I just left. I had that Chuck thing, so I booked Chuck. And no, actually it wasn't Chuck. What was it? Chuck, I took some time off. I took like 8 days off, and I said I had a family emergency, and I was just in Seattle. But I actually returned to work after that. I didn't tell, because I could still come back to work. It was when I got disaster date. They needed me for like 3 months.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, fuck, something's got to give. And I didn't quit. I said I was going to come back. I said, hey guys, I'm leaving on this day. I plan on returning. So I just left work that day, and I just waited for them to like terminate me or whatever. So I didn't have to, it wasn't a slow thing. Mine was very abrupt.
Yeah.
I just said I was going to be gone for 3 months or whatever, and then just never came back.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you care too much about, you're trying to make this ceremonious thing of you leaving. You can just Irish goodbye it if you want to.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Your company won't care.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
You'll be replaced.
You'll be replaced. You're just a battery.
That's what you are, yeah, in the corporate system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's hard to get all Matrix. You're just in a slime pod with no eyebrows.
Yeah.
And you've got a cable hooked up to your brain.
And, the corporation is draining you.
Why do my eyes hurt?
So, yeah, I think it wasn't up until this year I watched The Matrix again after
Holds
years.
up. I watched it.
But then, I never understood The Matrix. I only watched The Matrix because cool fight scenes when I was younger.
Yeah.
And then now I'm watching. I'm like, let me really try to understand what they're saying. Oh, humans are being harvested, so we energize the world.
Deep, dude.
So that's what The Matrix was.
I think it's crazy that the special effects in The Matrix are now in like asthma medication commercials. That's how far we've come.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching this asthma medication. This chick like steps into a puddle and then it freezes and then it does a 360 around the puddle. Or it's like her in midair and her hair's flowing.
Yeah.
Like, why do they have a special effects budget for this?
They're like, we need the Wachowskis on this commercial.
Like they're just throwing all this money at. No one is appreciating this asthma commercial because there's a 360. There's just way too much production value in this.
Yeah.
Companies just have money to burn.
Yeah, they do, man.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll see a commercial and you go, "That's what you spent your money on."
It's probably because like the ad company pitches it to the client likes it, and then
like it'll be like The Matrix. Yeah. You forget that these people who own companies, these CEOs, they're just dudes, and they could be so easily swayed by like an advertising company, and they're just like big kids. Yeah. They go, then we'll have she'll step into a puddle, and then we'll do a 3. Oh, cool! So it'll be like that Matrix movie, and they just have the purse strings of the entire company. Yeah. And they're like a 13-year-old boy.
That's what it is.
That'd be awesome. And our brand will be on it. Cool.
Can we get the Wachowski sisters?
Yeah. It'll be a little more. Yeah, whatever. This company makes a lot of money. And then they have no health and dental. And on a downturn, they just fire everyone because there was a Matrix special effect. I don't have health insurance, but cool puddle commercial. So yeah, I guess how did they react? I don't know. I wasn't there, so I don't know how they reacted.
No old friends at the company.
My advice is just do you, dude. Don't worry about other people. As long as you're not harming anyone, don't care about them.
Good point. Good advice.
Just do you.
Solid advice.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing what you can accomplish when you just think about worry about yourself.
Mm. So what do you have us
dancing out to?
Yeah, man. In our new Fahim
in our new
Anwar
merch
t-shirts.
All right, this song is called Half-Life, and it's by the Undercover Dream Lovers. Ooh. Check it out, guys. Check out the merch. It'll be on the song will be on the Fahim Anwar Dance Hour Spotify playlist. Rate, review, comment on iTunes and all that. Comment on the YouTube video.
Yeah, leave it.
Let's get some engagement going.
Let's get engagement.
I'm tired of this shit, okay? I want more comments. I want more stars.
More comments, more likes.
We're doing our end. Do yours.
We are doing our end. We upgraded.
We upgraded. We got merch.
Jerks.
Maybe they're jabronis, dude.
You know what? We'll wait for this episode to air for our next week's, and then we'll see if they're.
All right, you're on notice.
You're on notice. This is a warning. No one gets jabroni warning.
Yeah, it's only because we like you.
Yeah,
that you're getting a warning. All right, listen to the song, guys. Peace.
Peace.